Sir,
Yes.
I can't hear your voice.
You cannot hear my voice?
So,
Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Only you? Or how about the rest of the class? The rest of the class, can you hear my voice clearly? Because I think I already talk very loud here. Maybe got some, internet connection problem or what? Still can't hear. Still cannot hear. Wait, huh? So I try to rejoin again the class. So you stay with me, you stay in the class. I want to log off first, and then I will try to log in again. All right? You just use the. I will try to use the same link, lah. I just want to log in for a while. What happening here? It's okay. What? Stop. Okay, I think we can start now, yeah? Can you see my presentation?
yeah.
Okay, very good. You are okay. Your voice is also loud and clear, right? So, never mind. So, we can start the meeting, the class for today. So, you can refer to my presentation, or you can open your textbook, page 15, yeah? So, for today, we try to learn new topic for today. That is 1.3, okay? The physical quantities and their unit. All right, this is very simple topic, and then I think you already learned this when you are in primary school. Okay, physical quantities and their unit, right? So before I start, I want to say something first. You just wait for me. Being recorded. Okay. Okay, so can I continue? You can give me the response through the chat function, yeah? All right. So 1.3, the topic for today is physical quantities and their unit. So what you are going to learn in this topic, number one, after this you'll be able to identify and use the correct units for different physical quantities. This is number one. Identify and use the correct unit for different physical quantities. Okay. Number two, you'll be able to identify also the symbol and the value of prefix used in the measurement. Okay. Number three, you must be able to convert the quantity unit for mass, right? They are number one, you must be able to convert and then identify the unit for mass, length, time, and time, yeah, such as gram, kilogram, centimeter, 2 meter, second to hour, and vice versa. And then the last one for today, you try to justify the importance of the use of SI unit in daily life. All right. So I will skip the not important terms. Okay. I just I will touch only the important terms in this subject, in this topic only, yeah. Okay, so number one, base quantity unit. What is the physical quantity unit, right? So physical quantity unit is the what? Defined as a physical characteristic that can be measured. Okay, anything that we can measure, for example, what? The length, the mass, the time, and temperature, and the electric current. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are 5 what we call physical characteristics or the things that can be measured. Okay, you must remember this is what we call by physical quantity. Okay, you must remember number one, the things that we're able to measure, whether the thing that we can measure is number one is the length, and then the mass, time, temperature, and electric current. These all the basic things that we can measure. Okay, in our what we call in our surrounding here. Okay. Of course, there are other things, but in Form 1, you just remember these five, what we call physical quantity, and then the physical characteristic that we can measure. Okay, that is number one. This is what we call by the base quantity. Okay, the base quantity of it. Right? And then next one, you must be able to identify what is the SI unit for the responding or for the corresponding base quantity here. Right? For example, here you must remember this because this is very basic. Okay. For example, what is the SI unit for length? SI unit for length is meter. Okay. The SI unit. SI mean what? You can read later what is the SI mean. So you just remember the SI unit for meter. Sorry, the SI unit for length is meter. Okay, and then number 3 is the symbol of SI unit. So the SI unit, the symbol of SI unit for length is small letter m. So you must memorize this. You must know this. Base quantity, number 1, you must able to identify the base quantity, their SI unit, and their correspondence symbol. Okay, so how about mass? So you remember the SI unit for mass is kilogram, and then the symbol of the symbol of kilogram is kg. Okay, please identify and make sure you write the correct alphabet here, not capital letter, but small letter for meter, kilogram, and second. Okay. And then for the rest of the base quantity, the next one is the time. Right? We measure the time. How we measure the time? What is the SI unit for time? The SI unit for time is second, and the symbol is the small s symbol here. Okay. For temperature, the SI unit is Kelvin, and then the symbol is the capital K, big capital. And these are the SI unit for temperature. And then the last one, electric current, the SI unit is ampere, and then the symbol is capital A. Okay, not small letter for Kelvin and ampere. For temperature, Kelvin, you cannot write small capital. You cannot write small letter. You must use the capital letter for Kelvin here. And then also for ampere. Ampere also you cannot use small letter. You must use big letter. You must use capital letter for the symbol of electric current. That is ampere. Okay. Any problem about this? Any problem?
No.
No. Okay. Very good. No problem. Yeah. Okay. This is you must understand the base quantity, the SI unit, and then the symbol of the unit. Okay, we continue. Right. Okay, what is SI unit? SI unit here is what we call the International System of Unit. Okay, International System of Unit, known as SI or the Système International de Units. This is the word for the French language. Yeah. Why we use SI unit? Because we need to have what we call a consistency of measurement. Okay, international means all other countries, including us, Malaysia, all other countries in the world, internationally, including America, for example, Japan, China, Singapore, and England, all the countries in the world will try to use the same unit. Okay, for what? Because of we want to consistency. Number 1, consistency of measurement. Consistency means we want to make sure all the measurement all around the world to be the same. Okay, meaning that, for example, 1 meter here is same length as 1 meter in China, for example. Okay, that's why we need to use SI unit. We cannot use different unit, for example, for measuring the length, because we have inconsistency mean maybe when you can imagine, maybe we have 2 engineers, one from Malaysia and then one from China. If we use different type of measurement, there will be a problem. Okay, because maybe the engineer from Malaysia use meter, and then the engineer from the China use the other unit, so there is no consistency, and maybe there is a problem later. Okay, because I can continue here. To allow accurate exchange of data and scientific knowledge, meaning that 1 second here, 1 meter here is same as 1 meter all over the world. Okay, that's why we use SI unit. Okay, any problem? Is it okay? Okay, this one to identify physical quantity, value, and SI unit. Length of the cable. Okay, we do this for a while. Length of the cable. What is the unit to measure the length? Anybody? What is the unit? The S. Yes. Very good. Yes. Okay. Good. The SI unit for length is meter. And then what is the symbol?
M.
The symbol is M.
Small letter.
Yes. Small letter M. Very good. All right. And then how about a mass of onion? What
Kilogram.
is the yes, the symbol for the unit for measuring mass is kilogram, and then the symbol is kg. Kg means what? Kilogram, right? In small letter, right? Very good. Okay, and then the temperature of water is Kelvin, and then the symbol is bit.
It's okay.
Okay, very good. Yes, this is very easy, lah. Okay, I want to ask you, why? Okay, this is just for your knowledge only. Why there is a capital K for Kelvin? You use big K, big letter K, and then for ampere you also use big capital A, and then for meter small, and then for the second also small letter. This is just for your information, because the Kelvin and ampere, the unit is based on the name of the person. Okay, based on the name of the person that discover that unit. Okay, Kelvin is actually the name of the person. Maybe the name of the person or the scientist long time ago that discover and do the research about the temperature. So they call it, they use the scientist or the person name and then to make the unit. Ampere also. Okay, ampere also is the name of the person that discover the electric current. So in order to honor them, in order to make what we call to appreciate their work, they take their name and then they make into unit. Okay, you understand about this? Why we use the capital letter in Kelvin and ampere? Because it's based on the what we call to honor the scientists that discover or research them. Okay, is it okay? That's why we use big K on big capital letter K and A, because it is the name of the person. Okay, I continue. All right. So next one. Okay, this is what we call internet. Is it okay? Can you see it? Why? Okay, can I continue?
Can.
Okay, very good. So I will be very fast. There are only a few topics left. All right. So this is what we call a prefix. Okay. Okay. Page 16. This is what we call a prefix. Can be used if the value of physical quantity is too big or too small. Okay, you can use prefix. What is the example of prefix? This is the example of the prefix that you need to know in science. Okay, for example, The value of 1,000 million or 1 billion. How many zeros is this? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 zeros. And then it is unpractical. It is not practical for you to write the 9 zero in the actual value, right? That's why we have what we call by the name prefix. Okay. So what is the prefix for 1 billion? The amount 1 billion or 1,000 million. You understand this? Huh? You have the value of this what we call how many zero here? We have 9 zero, right? So we call it giga. Okay, we call it giga. Okay. So if somebody asks you 1 giga, meaning how many million? If 1 giga. 1 giga mean 1. How many? Can you hear me? 1
Yes.
giga. 1 giga mean 1. 1 giga, for example, 1 giga meaning it is 1 billion or 1,000 million. Prefix is what we call, we just try to simplify it because maybe because the value is too big or too small. So giga is equal to 1 billion. Okay, any problem here? Again, another example. The second one is mega. Can you see this? International. Okay. Mega, for example, mega is the prefix for 1 what class? This one?
Million.
Mega is the prefix for 1 million. How many zero in 1 million?
6.
Yes, there are 6 zero in 1 million. So the prefix for 1 million, we call it mega. Okay, 1 mega. This is only imposed. We use the prefix only in a unit. Okay, right. So, for example, mega. What is the standard form? The standard form is like this because we want to use. It is very unpractical, not practical to write the zero so many times, right? For example, 1 million. You need to write how many zero? 1, 2, 3. You need to write 6 zero, right? So it is not practical. You can use the standard form here. You just write the 10 and then the power of 6 here, right? Because this is to denote or to tell you that it is a mega or the value is 1 million here. Okay? Any problem about this? Prefix. And then what is the symbol of the mega? Mega symbol is M here, the big M here. Giga is G. Right? Oh, sorry. All right. How about kilo? Kilo is very commonly, you heard kilo so many times, right? So kilo means, what is the value of kilo? How many kilo?
1,000.
Yes, this is very common, right? Kilo, the value of kilo is 1,000. For example, the SI unit for mass is kilogram, right? Meaning that it has 1,000 gram. Okay? I think you already learned this in primary school, right? Never mind, we just refresh it a bit. We just do some revision and then we just remember back what you're learning in primary school. Okay? So kilo is the value of kilo is 1,000, and then the standard form here is 10 power of the 3. And then the symbol is capital small k. Okay? Next one is deci. Okay? Deci means 0.1. And then how about the standard form? The standard form here is 10 power of negative 1. And then the symbol is D here. Okay, starting from decimeter, the amount of value here is getting lower, decrease. Deci meaning the value of 0.1, centi meaning the value of 0.01, milli meaning 0.01, and then micro 0.00001 until the smallest unit. Yeah, you need to understand the smallest unit here is nano. Nano mean okay. Nano mean we have 90 here, 0.000000001. Very what we call the size. Or maybe after you use nano, meaning the size is getting smaller. And then you must also remember the symbol here. The symbol here you also must remember. Okay, micro. This is the symbol for milli, the symbol for micro, and nano. Okay, any problem?
No.
Is it okay? You understand the prefix, yeah? You just remember the prefix only, yeah? Just remember the prefix. Okay, next one. Converting unit to base quantity. I think this one you can read it for yourself because primary school, I think all the science teacher and then the mathematics teacher already covered this. Okay, for example, you want to convert something from kilogram to gram. So you just multiply by 1000. Okay, and then if you want to convert from the gram to kilogram, you just divide it by 1000. For example here, I give you the example here on the textbook. If you want to convert 1.9 kilogram to gram, you just multiply it by 1000. So the answer is 1900 gram. Very easy, right? Easy. Any problem? How to convert the base unit? Okay,
Okay.
For example here, this is we want to convert the base unit of mass. A here, we want to convert the unit of mass. So from gram to kilogram, you must divide it. Okay, from kilogram, you want to convert it to gram, you must multiply by 1000. And gram, vice versa, from gram to kilogram, you must divide it by 1000. Okay, example here again. Okay, again, you have 8,200 gram. You want to convert it to kilogram, so you just divide it by 1000. So the answer here is 8.2 kilogram. Okay? Any problem here?
No.
Okay, very good. Now, B, you want to convert the base unit of length. Okay, you want to convert the base unit of length, right? So what is the SI unit? Who can remember? Tell me what is the SI unit for length? Yes.
Meter.
Yes, very good. The SI unit for length is meter. And then there are many prefix of meter, right? There are many prefix of meter. For example, we have kilometer. Kilo means 1000. We have decimeter. We have centimeter, and we have millimeter. Okay, so this is how you convert the what we call the base unit using a prefix, right? So again, from kilometer you want to convert to meter. All right, here. From kilometer you want to convert to meter, you just multiply by 1000. Meaning that if 1 kilometer equal to how many meter?
1000 meter.
Yes, very good. One kilometer, meaning that it will equal to 1000. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. 1000 meter. Small letter, yeah, small letter. Right? So then, if you want to convert meter to decimeter, you just multiply it by 10. Decimeter to centimeter also multiply by 10. And then from centimeter to millimeter multiply by 10. And then vice versa. Vice versa here, meaning that from millimeter, you want to convert to centimeter, you just divide it by 10, and then the rest of the unit also the same. Except for what? Except for meter to kilometer here. Except meter, if you want to convert meter to kilometer, you need to divide it by 1,000. Okay? Right, example here. This one very easy. Meter to, okay. How about if you want to convert meter to centimeter here? Can or cannot? Of course, you can divide it. You can convert meter to centimeter, meaning that from meter here, example number 1 here, 80 meter, you want to convert to centimeter, you just need to skip the decimeter and then directly go to the centimeter. So how many times you need to multiply here? How many? You multiply here? 1? 1 and yes, correct. You just multiply it by 100. Okay? This is how you maybe want to skip, right? Because from meter, after meter, usually decimeter, right? And then centimeter. But if you need to convert from meter directly to centimeter, you just multiply it by 100. The same things here. If we want to convert the meter here, for example, another example, you want to convert the meter to millimeter, directly to the millimeter. From meter to millimeter, so you must multiply it by how many?
1,000.
1,000. That's all. Okay, so you can see, because 1 alpha, yeah, I think you are very good, and maybe you can catch up very, very quickly. So you can see the example here, and then if you have any question, you can ask me. Is it okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. I believe in you, but if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. And then the same thing goes to when you need to convert from millimeter to centimeter or to millimeter to decimeter, you just divide it by the respective value. Okay. For example, millimeter here, you want to convert to decimeter. So you need to divide it by how many?
100.
Yes, millimeter to decimeter. Yes, correct. You need to divide it by 100. Make sure you know about this. Okay, I will skip this. Now, the time. Time also very easy. I think you all already know about this. Okay. Hour to minute, you just multiply 60, minute to second, also 60. All right. And then second to minute, and then second to minute, 60 also, and then minute to hour also, you divide it by 60. If hour to second, how many? How many times you need to multiply? If hour to second. Hour to second, how many times you need to multiply it?
2 times.
2 times, right? So 60 times 60 is 3,000. How many? 3600. Is it true?
Yes.
60 times 60 is, so you just multiply it by 3,600 times. So you have to convert hour from second. Okay, I will continue. Now it's 9:55. All right. So for the next subtopic in this chapter, the importance of SI unit, I think you can read for yourself. It is very important. It is very, very easy. Why we need to use the SI unit in life? Okay. You cannot just use any what we call the older measurement. For example, here you use the span. Just use your your index finger and then your what we call this finger just to measure things. Cannot, because why? Because different people got different length, right? But this is what they use. Many maybe at the ancient time, older time they use like this. So this is span, and then if you spread your hand here, this is what we call fathom, and then pace when you walk, the pace, and then cubic here from the end of the index finger for your end of the finger until your elbow, we call it cubic. You cannot use this measurement. Why? Because different people different size. Okay. How about the people who have longer hand, and then the people who have a shorter hand? We cannot use this measurement. But people long time ago, they just use this as the what we call a measurement at that time. At that time, there is not yet got what we call SI unit. But the measurement is not accurate now. We cannot use precise or precision device. We cannot use measurement like this, right? Okay, so you can read the situation, why it is important for you to use SI unit. For example, situation number 1, situation number 2, you can understand it. And then if you have any question, you can ask me. Is it okay? Now it's 9:57. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, right? Okay, if you, I just want to, I just need to share something also like, there is one country in the world that do not use SI unit. What is the country you think? Can you name it the country? Only one country, one of the country in the world that did not use SI unit. What is the country you think? Malaysia use SI unit. Singapore also use that. Thailand, China also, I think China also use SI unit. There is one nation in the world, they do not want to use SI unit. You just find it for yourself. United States of America. America did not use SI unit for the length. Okay, for the length. They use what? They use what? Where is the ruler? Okay. They use what? They use what unit? If you still remember, they use what unit? You think? Okay. You notice your ruler. Can you see my video? Can you see my face here? There is a ruler here. There are 2 units, right? One is centimeter, and then maybe some of the ruler at the back we use what here? What is this? Can you see my face? One is centimeter, right? For example, I use the older one, the old ruler here. One is centimeter. Centimeter is okay lah, because centimeter is one of the SI unit, right? From meter. Okay. And then if you flip the ruler, there are another unit here. We call it inch. Yeah. 1 inch. 1 inch is about 1 point. It's about what? It's about 3 centimeter. Okay, this is the older one. We call it imperial. The latest one, the modern one, we call it metric. The older, the newer one, we call it metric. Metric. The oldest one, we call it imperial. Inch, feet. Okay, this is the older one. The American use feet. Yeah, we use kilometer, but the America they use miles, M-I-L-E-S, miles. Okay, we use kilogram, but in America they use pound. You can find it on the internet. I just give you the information. Maybe if you need to more about that, you can find it on the internet. Okay, what is the keyword? You can search there the unit used in America. What we call the physical quantity unit used in America. They are different, but we can always convert it. Okay, we can always convert it. For example, the simplest example I give you, 1 inch, right? 1 inch here is equal to about 3 centimeters. And then most of the older people still use inch. Still use inch. For example, your handphone size. The monitor size, the screen size. How do you want to measure the length? They still using inch here. At the end, the edge of the screen, and then to the another edge of the screen is about how many? This one. What is the size of my handphone screen? 4, 5, 6.5 inch. The size of this. Okay. Some of them still use inch as what we call physical quantities or as the unit. But most of the time we are using SI unit or the metric. Okay. Any problem? Is it okay?
No.
Okay. So you open your textbook and then you do the formative practice 1.3. Okay, formative practice 1.3. Like usual lah, after I finish every topic, you do the formative practice. And then for the workbook, you just finish until question number 5. Question number 5. Okay, don't worry, I will give you the details on our Telegram group. Okay. Any problem here? We can stop here. Can we stop now?
Yes.
No problem, yeah?
No.
Okay. So, so our next class is next week, right? Next week, huh? So tomorrow already holiday. So I take this opportunity to wish you a happy new year. Okay? Stay safe, follow SOP, and then we see you again next week. Don't hesitate to anything you can ask me on the Telegram group, right? Okay? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, Happy New Year, Happy Holiday, and then we'll be seeing you next week. Okay, bye-bye. You can leave the class now.
Bye, teacher.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, teacher.
Bye-bye. See you. Happy New Year.
Yes.